All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 4-5 men's doubles match. The close side is Patrick Roy in the backwards hat and Zach Fritz serving. On the far side, we have Cody Miller returning serve, and Bjorn. He is not American. He is from somewhere else. Not sure, and his last name I cannot pronounce. So from here, we start the game. Best 2 out of 3 to 11. We are playing win by 1. So this is going to be awfully close if people can get to 10-10. Zach Fritz serving at 1-0-2. And Zach Fritz with a nice speed up right at Bjorn. His backhand unable to handle the pace. 2-0-2. Patrick Roy, nice drop. Zach Fritz, Patrick Roy with an easy forehand winner slap right at the backhand of Cody Miller. Cody Miller unable to handle the pace. Zach Fritz serving 3-0-2. Bjorn return middle. Nice two-hander. And Zach Fritz takes a backhand volley just to the fence. A lot of power on that ball. Looks like he's playing with the Carbon 2X. No, he's playing with the Vatic Pro. Patrick Roy, great overhead cross court, nice angle. Cody Miller unable to reach it. Bjorn serving Zach Fritz 0-3-1. And that ball is just wide, and Zach just watches it. No point in hitting a ball that's not going to be in. 3-0-1. Patrick Roy, first time serving. Slice return middle, nice drop. Pop-up ball, not really sure who hit that, whether it was Patrick Roy's forehand or Zach Fritz's backhand, but that is an unforced error right into the net. Bjorn, nice two-handed backhand. Dumps that one right into the net. Right here, Zach Fritz serving at 4-0-2. Cody Miller and Bjorn better put a stop to this run that Patrick Roy and Zach Fritz have going on. Patrick Roy, nice watch call. Zach Fritz lets the ball go, and they are correct. The ball was out. 5-0-2. Nice drop by Patrick Roy. Focusing on that backhand to Bjorn. He unfortunately is just not able to handle the pace of that drop shot. It's coming in very slow, and he is just putting a lot of pop on that ball. Zach Fritz, great drive, skimming net, and Cody Miller just unable to push that ball back over. First round match of 4-5 men's doubles. Right here, great ball. Pushing at Zach Fritz's feet, unable to pick that up and turn that ball back into a drop. Should be 0-5 or 0-7, not entirely sure which. Lob goes up, Zach Fritz with a big overhead, and Patrick Roy, that ball falling well short of the net from Cody Miller. Bjorn with the serve. Still looking at 0 points for those guys. Great hands right there from Patrick Roy. A very nice volley winner right up the middle. Cody Miller just laughing because he knows there's nothing he could do about that ball. 7-0-1. Patrick Roy serving Cody Miller. Bjorn playing a little bit more tennis style. He's kind of hanging out a little bit back at the baseline. And Cody Miller once again with that backhand volley right into the net. Just unable to handle the pace that Patrick Roy is putting on his backhand right now. 8-0-1. Patrick Roy with the cross-court drop. And right there, it's a great little net roller. He was able to really abuse the height of Bjorn's two-handed backhand on that ball. A nice chip there from Patrick Roy. A nice crow hop ball. Pat waiting. Just that is the reminiscent of the old movie Crouching Tiger, Leaping Dragon, or whatever it is, because Patrick Roy elevating to just smoke that backhand. Nothing Bjorn could do. 10-0-1 here. Patrick Roy rocking the Dink pickleball hat. And that return falls a little out, and Bjorn and Cody Miller really need to find an answer, because that was easy pickings for Patrick Roy and Zach Fritz. End of game one, 11-0. Cody Miller and Bjorn better figure out an answer, because that is certainly not the way to make game two a win. So right here, a real quick start to game two. They didn't even let the commentator come back outside the fence before they started rolling. So I believe the score is 1-0-2. Zach Fritz serving to Cody Miller. A great ball there. A net skipper that Patrick Roy is just unable to handle and push that ball back over. Looks like 1-0-2. This might be the first time in tournament history that I've ever seen a Onyx Z5 paddle and an Amazon Special from Neopupo used in a 4-5 men's doubles tournament. Never seen that before, so hats off to Cody Miller and Bjorn for just taking a rip with whatever paddles they had. Definitely, clearly coming from tennis, a very low forehand slice for that ball. Zach Fritz staring off a little bit into space, putting a lot of faith into his Vatic Pro. A really nice pickup there. Patrick Roy getting that ball down. Bjorn with a great lob coming across. Patrick Roy playing steady as can be, really focusing on getting his drops down and in. Zach Fritz lets Cody Miller's backhand slice up the sideline go wide. A nice drop there. And Zach Fritz with a lot of control here. And Patrick Roy just pushing a very small forehand roll in the middle, and Bjorn just not able to handle the pace. I believe it's 3-0-1. A nice ball there from Cody Miller. A nice backhand dink. A little too low. Just no way to push that ball up and over. That's a tough break, an unforced error for Cody Miller. Patrick Roy currently just pulling the trigger on anything high, and Zach Fritz able to just put that ball right up the middle for an easy winner. Cody Miller and Bjorn really need to figure out an answer for this recipe from Patrick Roy and Zach Fritz. And Patrick Roy with a unforced error off that return of serve. A deep slice to the back of the court is just a little low. And Bjorn with a missed return on that. And it's 6-0-2, Patrick Roy serving. And Zach Fritz with a hammer trigger pull on his high forehand right into the tape. There's no way for that ball to come back if it went over. A great pickup from Cody Miller. An outstanding job picking up that forehand by his shoelaces. Right here we've got 0-6, Cody Miller serving to Patrick Roy. And Patrick Roy gives up the first point of the day with a forehand sailing wide out the sideline. I'm not sure what happened there. He didn't look at it or watch it or something, but here we've got Patrick Roy hitting another overhead, a little on the wide side. Kind of looks like Pat's just losing a little bit of concentration. Patrick's going to have to rein it back in if he really wants to, give Bjorn and Cody Miller a challenge. And Patrick hitting a ball that was meant for the moon. Bjorn just pulling trigger on Pat. Great hands by Patrick to battle through that volley. A really nice reset from Patrick Roy. And Zach Fritz with a backhand finish up high. That was a lot of heat for Cody Miller to handle. Zach Fritz serving at 7-0-2. Patrick Roy with a nice cross-court drop shot. Zach Fritz with a very easy forehand coming right up the middle. Not entirely sure what the game plan is here for Miller and Bjorn, but Zach Fritz and Patrick Roy taking full advantage of the fact that they are playing soft tactical pickleball. Patrick Roy with a high forehand right into the net. Swinging big and swinging hard. All he needs to do is put it in at this point. Cody Miller with a low backhand return miss right in the middle of the net. 9-2-2 here. Patrick Roy to Bjorn. And Patrick Roy with a forehand drive just way too low. Looking like he's hopping a little bit up and off the ground, trying to drive that ball through. Bjorn with a nice slice serve. Just Patrick Roy putting another forehand into the bottom of the net. And Bjorn with his Amazon special paddle delivers an absolute dart of a drop shot to Zach Fritz's backhand that he is not able to pick up. Right there, Zach Fritz says no more of that and puts a ball with prejudice down by Bjorn's feet. We've got 4-9-1. Cody Miller serving to Zach Fritz. An outstanding pickup by Bjorn right off the ground, looping in a small lob for the 5th point of the day. That Amazon special paddle is doing some work right now. Patrick Roy with another forehand miss. Very, very interesting dynamic here. He's got to figure that one out. Cody Miller serving Zach Fritz again. And Cody Miller with a slice drive, just 2 inches too short. A nice run from Cody and Bjorn. Patrick Roy serving 9-6. A nice two-handed drop there. Nice ball. And Patrick Roy just a little short on his backhand this time. Looks like he's babying the ball just a little too much, and he has no way to actually push that ball through. But here's Patrick Roy again with the forehand drop. Pushing cross court, Zach Fritz, easy volley right in the middle, and Bjorn just a little too violent, a little too much right in the net on his backhand slice volley. A lot of tennis coming from Bjorn and Cody Miller here. A lot of pickleball coming from Patrick Roy and Zach Fritz. A great pickup there. Ooh, I thought that ball was over. It's not. So right here, Cody Miller really going after Patrick Roy's short backhand at the net. And so far, he has no answer. That's a great ball and excellent, excellent block by Patrick Roy. No extra height on that ball. That thing is dead right at Bjorn's feet. Excellent ball from Patrick Roy. And Patrick Roy trying to shorthand a high backhand right up the sideline. A very dangerous play when you got a lot of court to your right side. Looked like Bjorn almost forgot the rules on that ball. He was sitting way out. This is a lot of tennis coming from Cody Miller and Bjorn right there. Patrick Roy with an excellent sidestep. Just noticing that Cody Miller's coming full tilt into the net, and that ball will not land in. 10-7-1. I believe it's game point here. A drive long from Zach Fritz. Cody Miller watches that ball hit the fence and says, not today. Patrick Roy at 10-7-2. Cody Miller, great slice return. Punishing forehand at Zach Fritz, reset, and Patrick Roy with the body bag on Bjorn's right leg to finish it. A great match played by Cody Miller and Bjorn, laughing, smiling. They look happy even though they took an L. Patrick Roy and Zach Fritz just motoring through the first round of the 4-5 men's bracket here in the Dink Rally Cornerstone Pickleball Tournament. Patrick Roy and Zach Fritz winning 2 games, and Bjorn and Cody Miller onto the opportunity bracket. Best of luck to them the rest of the day, and we'll catch you for round 2. Tanner Van coming back to you from the Cornerstone Dink and Rally tournament with the first round winners of the 4-5 men's bracket final. Patrick Roy on my left and Zach Fritz on my right. Patrick, tell me a little bit about what the game plan was going into that round one matchup.
Well, the game plan for any time I play pickleball is to get a lot of thirds in play. But this is the first time me and Zach have played in probably 6 months, so we're trying to iron out some kinks and, get thirds in, see where they're weak, see where they're not. But the team they didn't have a lot of pushback, so we didn't get to explore what was working and what was not working because everything was working really.
I gotcha. Yeah, and that's that second round team that's gonna shove you back and say, all right, what can you handle?
And then we'll have to make some real time adjustments.
There you go, real time adjustments. And then Zach, I wanted to talk to you about it. You looked a little lazy there in game two. The game one was such a blowout that what was going through your mind in game two when they started really reeling off points?
Yeah, I get a little lazy pretty easy. So yeah, you're right. I was a little lazy.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, I watched it. Of course, I'm right. But what was happening in the brain? What was your thought process? Like, how did you remotivate yourself to engage back in the game?
I didn't really remotivate myself. I just relied on Patrick to hit some good shots and just stood there and got a couple back. That's it.
I love it right here, Patrick. I think your back's gonna hurt at the end of today, man. This is gonna be a whole lot for you to handle if he's just relying on you over here. But right here, boys, if you had to come up with the one thing that's going to get you guys all the way to the final today, Zach, what is it going to be?
Not making mistakes. I think that's number one.
Not making mistakes. And Patrick, what about you?
Along those lines, probably returns. I missed 2 returns. We're up 8-0 before I missed the drop. Have high percentage drops and try to get all of my returns deep and over the net.
Yeah, that's what's going to make or break for you guys today. So best of luck with it, Zach. Best of luck, Pat. And hopefully we'll see you in the final.
Sounds good.
Thanks.